When you don't let your emotions dictate your actions, then all of a sudden you'll stay on track. All the way, pull. All the way up. Let it stretch. Now pull them down. Pull. Yeah, how's that feel? Pull the shoulders down. Really focus on it. Yeah, just like that. Reach. Keep your arms long, long, long. Yeah. Pull them away from you. Push. Reach for the forest. Yeah, good. You feeling burning?
Hell yeah.
The first day you couldn't feel them.
Yeah.
Literally, I was like, flex your lats. You're like, we have it on camp. That's it. How do you flex your lats now? Flex. Look at that. Now you didn't do anything fucking different. But why does your pec flex when you try and flex your lats? The pecs also extend weak extensor. That's what the lats do too. Lats extend. So it makes sense if you come here. That's why you'll see people tear their pec when they're deadlifting sometimes. Because they're here and the pec will rip right up.
Yeah, I felt my chest like
when you deadlift?
Yeah.
That's why. If it is a fracture, it's going to be longer to heal. And it's just going to be super uncomfortable. It's like if you put the boot on, it'll speed up the recovery process and you'll be able to walk around faster. And Gary was like, well, I mean, I was like, and you need to be able to hustle to the airplane if you're running late.
I knew something was gonna happen.
That was smart. Arguably, the most important thing for you and probably for most people is to get people to stop treating themselves like an asshole. To stop being such an asshole to yourself. To stop treating yourself worse than you would treat your worst arch enemy in the world. To say things to yourself that you wouldn't say to someone that that just you absolutely hated.
You know, the more times you're not succeeding and you voice that and you give airspace to that, the more you chip away in your own ability to believe in yourself. And just that core belief that you can succeed. And that's where I had found myself. And I think a lot of that is because my journey has been so slow. And I don't say that to negate any of the work that I've done. It's just that my journey has not been one of those highlight reels of, you know, I lost 100 pounds in a year kind of thing. You know, it's 5 years in and I'm almost to 50 pounds. And that's okay. But I think when that occurs and when I kept finding myself sliding away, I was just giving more and more voice to that thought that I couldn't succeed. And so you asking me to, no matter what I did each day, find a way to attach a positive belief or result to it, really started drowning out that voice.
I would rather do it now than on Friday, just because Friday I'm probably going to be really focused on making sure my thing for the seminar is good. So let's do it, if any time between now and then, let's do it now. Preparing for the March edition to be released, organizing the maintenance manual. So we have a fat loss manual, muscle gain manual, then the maintenance manual, which is more psychology, plan that out, plan the challenge for the coming month. I wanted to mention to you, last night, I barely got any sleep, even though I wanted to, but I just couldn't. And I got super hungry, but I barely ate all day, very little. I had 2 protein shakes, which is about 500 calories. That was 80 grams of protein, a little bit more than 80 grams of protein. I had a handful of pretzels, but honestly, I didn't have that much. I think by the time you left my place, I had less than 1,000 calories, about 120 grams of protein. And I had a big workout, even though it was 4 exercises. I did about 20 total sets for my back, which is a high volume workout. I knew I needed to eat more and I wasn't that hungry. So I went to a deli and I got a bagel with smoked salmon on it. No cream cheese. I wanted to keep my fats low. And even though smoked salmon is like higher fat fish, it was like I just wanted the protein and I wanted some carbs. I also had some chips with it. They gave me chips with it. Even all of that, it's still under 2,000 for the day. But like I knew I needed to eat more because number one, I got a workout in. It was a higher volume workout. I wanted to fuel myself. Also because I knew that if I didn't eat, I would be ravenous today and I probably would have way overdone it. Like today I probably easily could have went like 4,000. It would have led to maybe like a uncontrollable eating today. Not like because I have a bad relationship with food, more just because like I would have been hungry. Like my body would have been my muscles would have been like, what's going on? Like I would have been hungry. So I ate even though I wasn't that hungry yesterday in preparation to prevent my body being like, I need to eat now. I think a lot of people, because I'll tell you what happens. A lot of people are like, well, if I don't eat now, my weight on the scale is going to be lower tomorrow. So it's good. I'll hold off because I want to see that number lower on the scale. When in reality, I knew even though I was eating later, like I could have had a lower number on the scale, showed Instagram, be like, look, making so much progress, whatever. But it would have led to a much greater intake today, much more than I needed, an unhealthier relationship. I'd rather eat, fuel myself, feel better. Scale goes up, great, I don't care, because it doesn't fucking matter. It's 146, which is still downward trend, really good. If I didn't eat, it probably would have been like in the 144s. Because yesterday was 145.6. I ate late last night, around like 11 p.m. I had a big bagel, smoked salmon, a drink, like a big seltzer, and chips. So it probably would have been, that was easily over a pound worth of liquid and food. Probably would have been in the 144s. But like it wouldn't be a real 144. It would have been a 144 to make me happy about it rather than a 144 that was real 144. Now this way, keep my weight steady, I fuel myself, feel better, and I'm not like ravenous today. Yep. Thank you. It was a great video, man. 2 minutes. Wow, he's almost here. I gotta do this fast. How you doing?
Good, how are you?
Good, thank you.
I just wanted to thank you for everything that you put out there, all your content. It's unbelievable what you do for everybody that follows you, and your 90-day challenge is such a fucking breath of fresh air because, you know, it's such a struggle with weighing in and the scale and not staying consistent, and you just break all those, I don't know what word to use, but you know what I mean. And just what you, it's just, you're a breath of fresh air in this whole fitness, weight loss, everything. And yeah, just had to thank you because it's truly what you are doing. It's amazing. Thank you.
Well, I am certainly going to get this, and I listened to it, and I can't even begin to tell you how much I appreciate you taking the time to send me such a nice voice memo. I appreciate it a lot. I appreciate you. I'm super glad it's helping. And please keep me updated with your progress. Keep me posted with how everything is going. If I can help, don't ever hesitate to reach out. That's what I'm here for. Please, I really want to know how you're doing. If I can help at all, keep up the great work. And again, thank you so much. I'm gonna do shoulders. Can I say something?
Yeah.
This woman just commented on the Instagram post I just made. Rico's gonna put the post here. And it's about not letting the scale get to you. Not letting the number take control of your life, your emotions, your actions. She said, I wish I could keep this mindset all throughout, but I still have my days where when I get on the scale and I don't see improvements, it still gets to me. Even if I see improvements and I feel better and stronger. Sometimes I feel like I'm just imagining feeling stronger or seeing any improvement and that the scale really does get to me. And I responded and essentially I said, listen, the goal isn't to stop having these emotions. Yes, you don't want it to affect you so emotionally, so drastically, but it's not to eliminate your emotions. Your emotions are natural. You should have them. You should have days where you feel bad or sad or angry or upset. It's normal. The key is to not let your emotions, how's it going, man? Good to see you. The key is to not let your emotions dictate your actions. That's the key. It's where, let's say you get on the scale and you feel disappointed with the number. It's not to say like, oh, I shouldn't feel this way. If you feel that way, it's fine. We'll work on that later. The key is to not let that disappointment, that anger, that upsetness, if upsetness is a word, cause you to quit, cause you to binge, cause you to say, ah, fuck it, I'm done. That's the key, because what will happen is this: when you don't let your emotions dictate your actions, then all of a sudden you'll stay on track and you'll make more progress. And then all of a sudden the negative emotions you used to have with the scale will dissipate. They'll go away because the negative emotions only came along because they would then cause you to quit. But when they don't cause you to quit and you keep moving forward despite them, those negative emotions will go away. They're no longer valid. And not because I say they're not valid, but because you realize in here and in here that they're not valid. Someone's probably using this, right? You using this?
Using everything. No, yeah, we're using
It's your gym. We're just working out in it. I don't want to take steroids, but what's like a step below a steroid that's like almost a steroid, but not a steroid? Well, like creatine's a steroid, right?
Is it now?
My cousin told me that his personal trainer said that creatine's a steroid. So what do you think about that?
Yeah, but what supplement do you take?
No, I get it. Good diet, good nutrition, good workouts, but what supplements are you taking? I haven't started working out yet, but I figure why not start with my supplement regime? Just drop 500 bills on my fucking supplement stack, and then I'll figure out my workout. You fail to plan, you plan to fail. That's what my uncle says. Hey, what muscle does this work? What muscle does this work? I thought it was a calf exercise. Feel it in my calves right here.
You feel it? Amazing. This right here.
If you really want six-pack abs, you want to do this exercise. This really activates a muscle known as your best calves. People ask, how do you get gastrocs like that? I'm like, first you gotta train your soleus properly before you progress to your gastroc.
You feeling energy-wise, though?
I feel great. And I haven't even eaten much today. I just feel really good. I had that one coffee. That was it.
That's all you had for coffee today?
Yeah. Their coffee is great. What do you do for your inner pecs? Just like this part.
I do reverse flies.
Reverse flies.
That works.
That's what my grandfather did. He was a bodybuilder all the way up through 5th grade. How do you lose fat here? Not here. I'm good here. How do you lose fat here? Not here. Not here. Just right in this area. Yeah, we doing shoulders today. I'm trying to accelerate the fat burn here.
Trying to get the calf fire out.
Yeah. I basically, for every 2 reps of these, I do 1 reps of these. 1, 2, 1. 1, 2, 1. It's a compound movement.
Of course, but of course.
Yeah. I'm a subscriber of muscleandfitness.com. I know all this stuff. This isn't common knowledge.
Pro.
They don't give this stuff for free. I'm gonna superset these calf raises with toe crunches. I want each toe to have its own 6-pack. Baby toe, middle toe, finger toe, big toe.
Extra grip.
You only got 1 6-pack, I got 25. Core stability starts with your toes. A lot of people joke about it, but they don't realize if your toes don't have strong cores, how can you fucking stand up and walk?
Come on.
Try it. Pick your big toe up and walk.
Come on.
Yeah, this is what you look like. Sweet. How do you do this? Toe crunches. You think that's natural? That's not human nature. That's called fucking hard work. What shoulder exercise should I do next? Seriously.
Seriously?
Yeah, I did like pre-fatigue, lateral raises,
Press.
4 sets with a drop set here. Somewhere between, a 10 to 12 rep range.
Not too heavy. Reverse fly.
For how many reps?
Let's go 10 to 12.
10 to 12.
Nice. And you can switch it up. You can do it on the bench also.
Chest supported. I like that. I do this because if I do this, I'll arch. So I put these here, and that way it just keeps my
So
back.
you keep your chin down on it too?
Yeah. Is that what you do or no?
No.
What do you do? You tell me what to do.
I usually hang off a little bit more. I usually put my knees on top of it.
Like this?
Yeah, perfect, right there. You can drop down a little bit more. Right there, perfect. Good, right there.
Not better, but different. I like, and that's good. Get different things from different coaches. I like that, because usually I just put my feet up, but felt great. Felt my rear delts. It was still good. I like that a lot. What's your Instagram? We're gonna put your Instagram right here. What's your Instagram?
Jay Shredded. J_Shredded.
We're gonna link that. If you want to follow Jay, he's fucking Jay Shredded. Oh, okay. I like that.
All the way up. Oh, with a plate. Up to you.
I'll do whatever you tell me to do.
Yeah, right here. So slight bend in the elbow.
How many reps? 12?
Yeah, go 12. Control the descent.
I like that cue. Control the descent. Why? Jay, tell them why you have to control the descent.
Control the descent just so you can have all concentration. So he made mind muscle connection with that front delt. So as he goes up, coming down, he can feel all the striations in his muscle. Come on, how's it feeling?
I like this a lot, and I like this because it forces palms up.
Yep.
And a lot of times when I do the dumbbell front raise with 2 hands, I still do the palms up, but I like this a lot. Palms up because one more. Fuck, that was really good. I liked it. What I do, I've never done it with 1 dumbbell like that. I usually do 2, and I come in, so it looks, it's essentially the same motion, but I like that a lot. I like the palms up because you feel it more here. When you do this or this, you don't feel it as much, and it's more.
Even overhand, you don't feel it as much.
At all. Palms up, feel it way more here.
Way more.
I like that. So I'm gonna do 4 sets of 12 here.
4 sets of 12.
You should an Instagram story for this.
Yeah.
Start light. I really don't like going too heavy with this movement.
Okay.
So you're gonna be at the very edge. Dumbbells under. You know what?
I like it.
And then that was just the beginning. Show you, and then
Wow. Okay.
chest drops down, up and over.
Where do you feel it when you go up and over?
You feel all front delt, a little bit of the middle,
Okay.
and slightly when you get to the top.
There.
Third delt.
Are you do like 5 reps, just so I can see. And are you like do it 5 reps exactly as you want me to do it, like and not as much momentum, all that stuff, like. Perfect. And you go thumbless grip?
Thumbless grip. Go. Good. Right up. Perfect. There you go. Good. There you go. Good.
I like that. I noticed the beginning, I was coming out here, I didn't feel as much, and when I came more here, that's when I felt it more. You hold on to this?
I hold on to this one right here in the middle.
Got it. Which one do you prefer?
I like the one from behind.
Okay.
This right here, I start feeling my rotated cup start like doing something really funny.
Got it.
I usually don't go too heavy also. It's just for the movement, and then the set is always the control.
I like it.
Try from behind.
I like that way more than in front. I like that way more than in front. Good, I like it. It's burning. snack later. Still, I'm sitting around 1400. So this will probably put me.
You've had a decent amount of protein too today.
Yeah, I did. Had this is probably my last meal. I might have a snack later. I'm not sure, depending on how I feel. Really good workout. It was fun, and that's why I wanted to ask him. I was like, show me. You tell me what to do. I like doing that because you can learn from everybody. Usually that fills me up. I'm pretty hungry right now. Rather than just eat something right now, I'm gonna wait. I'll finish this drink. I just know I want more food, so I'll eat more tonight. What time is it? Almost 9. Basically, rather than just like having I'm gonna create a bright line right now, right? So I know I'm gonna eat more tonight. I'm not meticulously tracking my calories, but I know I wanna eat more, but I don't wanna just like go completely nuts. So my bright line is gonna be, I will not eat past 10 p.m. tonight. It's 9 now. I'm gonna wait 20 minutes. So I'll have about a 40-minute window in which like I can eat if I want it. And if I want it, I'll have it, and then after 10, that's it. And basically like, that'll be done. So if after 10 p.m., like, I'll just go to bed.
What does it mean, eat it if I want it?
After 20 minutes, like if I'm like still hungry enough to be like, yeah, I need to eat something, then I will. And if after 20 minutes, I'm like, I'm good, then I won't. And then I'll call it. But my bright line is after 10 p.m., there's no more food. I have 2 bright lines actually. One is wait 20 minutes, and another one is nothing past 10 p.m. Not because after 10 p.m. is bad for you, but because if I don't make that line, then it's easier I'll just keep eating. It's like, I'm not creating a restriction on what to eat, even though in my head I know it's gonna be protein and carb based, but not creating a restriction on necessarily how much, just on like when it's gotta stop, and that will inherently limit calories.
Because normally you say you set a bright line if it's like a binge, right? Where it's like you want to eat that,
Mhm.
and then just wait 20 minutes. But this is different.
Yeah. So
Because
yeah.
This is more so like calculated in terms of like I'm gonna have protein and carbs, not just whatever I want.
Yeah. So basically it's like, I use bright lines for people if they're struggling with binging, but I also use bright lines for people if they're gonna go to a dinner party and like they're worried about like overeating or ruining all their progress. I use bright lines with people when they're going on vacation, if they don't want to count calories, like how to structure their meals. It's like a bright line is just essentially a way of keeping structure in what might not be a structured environment. So like, I'm not meticulously tracking my calories yet, so I'm creating structure elsewhere to make sure that like I fall within certain guidelines. So basically, like, I don't have the structure of this many calories. If I did, it wouldn't matter because I would know how many calories exactly. But because I don't have that number, I'm like, I'm just gonna not eat past 10 p.m. And that it like keeps me structured.
Do you think it's important to create structure when you have like
Yeah.
a loose environment? Like setting a structure, how would you go about that? Where you really don't have one, where it's like there's no end date, you know?
That's where I think people tend to fall in areas of like sort of just like loose, like you said. It's just like it's out there. They're not really chasing any specific goal. They're not like, okay, like I want to do this by this time frame. It's more just like, I'm just doing this. And like, they could very well be making progress, but they don't feel like it because without a goal, it's impossible to track. Like, you can't be tracking your progress if you don't know what you're trying to achieve. So even though you might be getting stronger, you might be losing fat, you might be building muscle, you don't know because you're not tracking anything specific, and you're more going by like the day-to-day rather than like the general trend, because you can't keep a trend if you don't have a goal. And if you don't have a goal, you can't track. So that's where, when I focused way more on my business than my own fitness, I was in that loose area with my fitness, which is what allowed me just to like go off track because I didn't have a goal. I wasn't being structured with it. Doesn't mean I have to be like rigid and very strict, but it did mean that I no longer had a consistent training program. I no longer had consistent nutrition guidelines. I no longer had consistent goal fitness-wise to go for, so it was more loose. Now, I'll create this 90-day challenge, like I just spoke about in the gym, deadlift 405, and fat loss. Then at the end of the 90 days, I'll probably transfer more into a muscle gain phase. Not specific deadlift goal per se, but like I want to build muscle, I want to get better, more bodybuilding, learn that stuff. So then I'll structure it in the 90-day phase again. And basically, I like to split up my year into phases like that. I call it goal stacking. So it's like if I do 4 different 90-day phases over the course of 1 year, then I've accomplished 4 goals by the end of that year. Whereas most people, they almost accomplish none, because it's like they'll go in a fat loss, they're like, I want to lose fat, and they'll go in a calorie deficit, and then they'll go 2 weeks and like they'll be like, but I feel like I'm getting weak and I'm not getting big enough. So then they're like, I'm gonna go on a bulk. Then they go on a bulk, and then 2 weeks later, I'm getting fat. And then they go, and like they do nothing by the end of the year. Whereas if you just did 90 days of fat loss straight, no ifs, ands, or buts, you just fucking do it. At the end of the 90 days, then you can go into a bulking phase, and then you go back and forth. Now at the end of the year, you've had 6 months cutting, 6 months bulking. You're leaner, but you're also bigger and stronger. You do that for 5 years straight. Now you have a fucking serious like lean bulking phase that you went through.
So essentially, it's like you have this macro goal of 4 or 5 deadlift, right? And then you create micro structures within it.
That's how programming and periodization work. That's like you have the Olympics. In 4 years, you're gonna have your competition. So like first you create the structure over those 4 years. So like in the first, you work backwards. So like here's competition, so we have to peak here, which means if we're gonna peak here, then we have to be like this far out before we peak, and we have to be in this before we peak. So then you're going backwards from there, and they're like, but then we have worlds here. So in order to peak for worlds, we also have to do this. So you work all the way back, and within this one macro, you have these more micro, and you have to then you have like the phases outlined, and then from the phases, then you actually do the workouts. So it's macro, micro, and then really micro. People would be much better off if they looked at everything from a yearly basis. All right, at the end of this year, this is what I want to accomplish. Okay, cool. So then we have 12 months. What are we gonna work on for the first 3 months? No questions. Like you can't change it. The goal is to keep the goal the goal. Right? I love that phrase. This guy named Dan John, one of my like biggest mentors. The goal is to keep the goal, because too often people have a goal and then they change it because they don't like the way they feel one day. Oh, well, today I feel like bloated, so I'm gonna change it. Or like, I feel like I'm getting weak, so I'm gonna go on a bulking phase. It's like, that's not how it works. Stick with it, be consistent, keep the goal the goal. And then so first 3 months, second 3 months, third 3 months, fourth 3 months, if you actually do that, even if you take a week off in the middle of one, that's still 2 months and 3 weeks towards that one goal. Most people never do that.